Okay, so I just wanted to talk to you guys today about Adam Grand Mason the 16 and how his delusionalness, his delusional behavior is starting to actually become somewhat concerning. This is really bad. So we all seem to know, everyone seems to understand that the 16 is widely hated across the world and has turned himself into like this internet clown at this point. But the 16 doesn't see it that way. In fact, he seems to think of himself as quite the opposite of a clown. He thinks he's like a big shot on the internet and seems to consider himself one of the most respected media talents in all of the hip hop space. And recently he's been trying to it looks like he's just trying to gaslight himself into believing his own bullcrap. Okay. And so for this video, I wanted to go over some of the most interesting situations that I found are really going to demonstrate how delusional and cucky the 16 truly is. And we'll start with our first clip. So Adam the 16 has been in headlines lately, of course, for asserting himself as a lifelong hip hop fanatic who moved the culture and pretty much says that he's one of the biggest voices in all of hip hop on the West Coast. And everyone knows that this is untrue. Okay, his true passion in life has always been dedicated to bicycles. And it's widely known that he pivoted into the hip hop space late in life due to the financial success he found in interviewing up and coming rappers, and felt like he was going to make a lot more money doing rap related stuff rather than his bicycle stuff. So in his 30s, he basically said, to hell with bicycles. I'm going to create a new identity for myself in hip hop and become a hip hop guy. And everyone already knows this. I'm just re-explaining this because it applies to our first clip. So the first clip is going to be Adam 16 trying to explain to Almighty Dodson that he knows a lot about hip hop because he was riding bikes. Look at this.
So what were you doing before?
What I said, I was riding BMX every day in the streets.
That's hip hop?
Yeah, I mean, it's part of it.
Get the fuck out of here. No, it's not.
Oh, so now you're making fun of my BMX
bikes
shit.
is hip hop. Get the
opinion.
What the fuck do riding bikes got to do with rap?
You're lying. I've been listening to hip hop since I was a small child, since I was in elementary school.
I've been in it, though.
Just because you were hanging out with Lush at battles doesn't mean that.
Hanging out with Lush.
Okay, so at this point, this is like purified, uninhibited delusion. Okay, he thinks that BMX is hip hop. Adam 16 thinks that hanging out at skate parks all day with your bicycle buddies, fucking drinking Four Locos and shit, listening to Black Sabbath all day long, he thinks that that's a part of the hip hop culture. That's fucking insane. So this is going to apply to the rest of the video. I want to show you this clip where Adam is going to assert himself as one of the top 3 biggest, most successful, most respected figures in the hip hop space in this like video response to the Joe Budden podcast, where he calls out Joe Budden for thinking that he's a somebody. And Adam's going to flex his YouTube metrics as if that means anything. Now, this clip is going to be extremely, this is really good cringe. I cringed, so I could barely finish this. It was so bad. It was so rehearsed. He looks so terrible, and I can't wait to show you this. Look at this.
Joe Budden, you zesty perkhead motherfucker. Somebody sent me a clip of Joe Budden claiming that No Jumper's doing real bad in terms of our views and everything. So let's do the science. Joe Budden's channel has got 12 million views in the past month. No Jumper's main channel plus our clips channel has done about 26, 27 million views for the past month. So we are 2 times by far what you have going on. And on top of that, we kill it on Facebook. We kill it on Snapchat. We have 3 million followers on Instagram and we make a huge amount of money on there. Joe Budden, I don't want to hear shit. You're running a chop shop. You might have the whole hip hop media gassed into thinking that you're really killing it like that. But trust me, when you want to talk about who's really doing business out here, it's not you. There's a big 3 and you're not in it. It's me, Vlad, and that fat motherfucker you were saying.
A big 3 of what? Like this, No Jumper puts out whatever content Adam thinks is going to get clicks. Okay, at one point he tried to pivot into the neo-Nazi space, right? Didn't he have like Richard Spencer and Nick Fuentes on? He was like a Nazi sympathizer. And so that didn't work. And so now he's back. Now he's a hip hop guy again. Okay. And dyeing your beard every day is not hip hop. Look at how incredibly stupid this guy looks. His fucking mustache is jet black. Grandpa level people like this should not be dyeing their facial hair jet black like this. He looks like he's got like a Walter Matthau thing going on. Do you hear me, cuck? You are Mr. Wilson, okay? Do you understand? You are a clown. Nobody thinks this looks good. Even your own filthy wife thinks that you look ridiculous.
I wish you didn't dye the beard.
I have to shower
to get it out.
Okay, good, because it looks really intense right now. You look like an Arab man from your town.
Okay, so this woman pretty much eats butthole for a living on camera, and she is embarrassed by the 16's stupid beard. And she asks him not to do it. She's like, I wish you wouldn't do that. And he continues to do it. So he has no regard for the female perspective, because in his delusional, cuckolded mind, he thinks that this looks good and this is what is attractive to women, old guys trying to look younger desperately. Okay, that's not hip hop. I'm sorry. So you got this disgusting looking clown whose wife desires the company of other men, is yelling into his phone, trying to assert and establish himself as like some sort of hip hop icon. But unfortunately, that ship has sailed. Adam is no longer a part of hip hop. And even like all the blogs, even the hip hop blogs like Chig Smoove and like these really unbiased, I've never heard Chig Smoove speak negatively about anyone, I don't think. And I want you to hear what he says about Adam the 16th. Listen to this.
A little bit. No Jumper is no longer being included in the conversation of the top media outlets, which unfortunately, Adam only has himself to blame for this. And anytime you gotta run down numbers on each individual platform that you're on, that's when you know you've completely lost the plot. And I will bet you guys money that...
So as you can see, Adam the 16 is widely hated. But Adam thinks that he's still big timing because he's got like 14 people in his Reddit that say nice things about him all day long. And that's the only place you'll ever hear anything positive said about No Jumper is in his Reddit. Everywhere else, every comment section of every video in the entire world just talks ruthless, relentless shit about him. And they laugh at him and they make jokes about him. That's what he is a big joke to everyone. But in his mind, he thinks that all he's got to do is lose tons of weight and dye his beard over and over again, and he will be accepted in hip hop. Even the comment section on his own channel on No Jumper, it widely is negative. Okay, even his own fans don't like him. The only place that you'll see something positive about him is in his Reddit. I want to show you this post that he reposted of this poker player saying something nice about him, saying that he would be a good ambassador for the game of poker and help popularize the game.
If you could pick somebody to be on the show, who would you like to see? Who do you think would make a good competitor on Game of Gold Season 2?
I think it needs to be, I think getting a big influencer on in terms of like a lot of numbers on social media to basically get it to a wider audience, to get more people into poker, right? But someone that knows poker. I don't think there's any point in getting an influencer on that doesn't have a clue about poker. So in my opinion, the number one that I know is into poker and has a big following is Adam22.
Yeah.
I think he would be great. I think he's got the personality for it. He's a good player.
And Adam reposts this as if it's like, yeah, people love me. But then you go to the comments section and he's getting absolutely trounced. Nobody respects him. They're saying no cucks allowed. They're saying that this would be the worst person ever in the history of time to represent their game. They don't want him. Nobody wants him. So I don't know what's going on here. If he's not completely out of his mind, I think maybe he's just hoping that he thinks his audience is too stupid to click through and read the comments. I don't know. But this was a terrible look. This was like an embarrassment that he promoted himself. You know, so this is, I don't know what's going on. And for the record, Adam16 is a losing player. He's not good at all. Go look at it. If anyone knows poker, go watch him play on the bike and go watch his little appearances. He fucking sucks. He's a nit and he plays scared. Okay. He sucks. So he's very widely not respected at all. And so for him to, I mean, he basically has to tell himself that he's a big hip hop guy because no one else does. Every show he goes on, any interview he goes on, you look at the comments and it's just all negative. It's all, this guy's a cuck. Fuck this guy. And so I want to show you this very important situation that was on the Matan Even show, where Matan completely dominates and humiliates the 16, causing him to walk off of the show. And there's a few points that I want to cover here, a couple violations that I need to serve warrants for at this time. So this is the 16 coming on the Matan Even show. And Matan opens his Instagram live and starts going live on Instagram for a Q&A with the audience, and it does not go well. And Adam knew that it wasn't going to go well before it even started. So he knows that he's an internet cuck. He's a clown meme that no one respects. And I want to show you that immediately. Look at this.
This is going to be one of the most awesome segments. You know, you excited for this? You excited? 3, 2, 1. Okay, we're now live on Instagram.
Oh, shit.
So We're gonna have.
Oh, so let me explain. So Matan Even has just been relentlessly sticking the 16 with disrespect, making fun of him to his face, just fucking disrespecting him to his face the entire interview. Go watch the interview. It's a beautiful piece. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Shout out to Matan. And so the 16's like already getting fed up, but then he gets surprised with this new little segment that he had no idea was coming. And so now there's live comments coming in, and the 16 knows that it's not going to be good. It's guaranteed negative. And so he's really starting to sweat. Look at this.
Some people join in, and we're going to do live questions and comments.
Okay.
So we're just waiting for them to join in.
All right, so look at how nervous the 16 is, okay? He's terrified. He wants to get up and walk out right now, but he knows. So Matan was very smart. He started the live before Adam. He didn't announce it prior to, because I think he expected Adam to not agree to it and like walk out before it could happen. So he starts the live and then announces that he's live, giving Adam no chance but to sit there and pretend that it's not bothering him, that there's going to be a bunch of disrespect coming in from the audience. So Adam actually got set up and got owned. Okay. And I think this is a tremendous clip, and I'm going to show it to you right now. And I want you guys to notice how scared the 16 is and how irritated and how furious he is that he's been set up and owned, because I think it's really important.
If anybody is joining, just write some comments here, and then we're going to ask Adam here some live questions and comments. We're in the middle of an interview. How are you doing? Just tell them how you're doing.
I am good.
Have you been enjoying the interview so far?
Look at Adam squirming in his... I don't even think a question's been asked yet, but look at him squirm. Look how pathetic he is. He's been owned, and he knows it. He looks like a fucking idiot.
People calling you gay. Why do you think there's so many people calling you gay right now?
I don't know. Maybe they're gay.
You think they're gay?
Probably more likely that they're gay than that I'm gay.
Somebody asked, why are you so angry?
Am I angry?
That's what one of the questions was.
Do I come off that way?
That's what somebody asked.
I don't feel angry.
Most of these questions are really nasty. I don't think I would want to read some of them. So let's get some. Somebody asked, are you gay? Another one.
No.
And then somebody just stated, Adam22 is gay.
God damn it.
Now one guy said, he's lying. Do you believe that you're lying, or you believe you're telling the truth? These are not great comments. Somebody said, how's your mental health right now?
Good. Solid.
It's good right now?
Pretty good.
Somebody asked if you're here by yourself or you're here with your wife.
I am here solo.
Somebody asked, how is your wife?
My wife is good.
Somebody asked, how is Mike doing?
Mike.
So Matan's zooming in on his face. He's making fun of him. He's relentlessly shitting on him. Adam is being transformed into Matan's little old bitch. And I think it's so funny.
Somebody asked, what's your price?
Price for what?
Not sure. That's just one of the questions. Somebody said, are you okay to come out of the closet? It's going to be okay. What do you have a comment for that one, or not? Nothing to say? Somebody asks why you asked them to pull their pants down. They're only 10 years old. Did you do that?
No.
Somebody said, that one is really nasty. They said you should die because your life is meaningless. What do you have to comment back to them?
I'm in. I don't really have a comment.
We'll just keep doing it. We'll do only a couple more minutes of this segment on Instagram Live. Are you enjoying this segment so far?
No, I think I'm going to go. I'm kind of bored.
You're leaving?
All right, so at this moment in time, the 16 is going to pretend that none of this is really bothering him that much, but he's going to go now because this is too boring for him. Even though he could confidently play back at this and make this a fun show, but unfortunately, he's been diminished into a bitch. So he's going to walk off, and this is where the violation is committed, and you'll see exactly what I mean. Look at this.
Yeah, I'm bored.
Somebody asked, what do you think of Have you ever slept with a man?
Okay. I'm done.
Done?
Yeah. Appreciate you guys, though.
How much would somebody have to pay you to sleep with a man? Is there a set amount of money?
All right, so this is where I have a huge issue. Okay, this is a violation. He's sagging in whiteies.
What?
And look at how it just sags over, like he's got these loose, saggy butt cheeks from mass weight loss. And so I think what he's doing is he sags his pants down like that and gives a lot of room in the seat of his drawers in order to conceal the junkiness and the sagginess of his butt. He's got a huge junky ass. And I can't have people sagging in tighty whities with the fabric all stretched out, flowing over the belt like that. That's really out of pocket. I got a huge issue with that. I got a problem with that. And look at how he has to like turn his whole body while he walks so he can fit through areas because he's got these ultra wide childbearing hips. He's built like a kangaroo that's malnourished. He's really looking, he's losing too much weight. That's why he's so saggy. People have been commenting about this too. In his recent Vlad interview, the comments are saying that he looks sickly, like he's got the virus. And of course, he's in the Reddit coping because this is his last shot at an audience that doesn't hate him in the Reddit. So these are the comments. And this actually does support my thesis about the delusion. That's what this video is all about. It's the delusion. Adam says, LOL, I gained 10 pounds since my last Vlad interview. Y'all say anything. And so you've got an ocean of comments saying that he looks unwell and that he looks sick and that he looks unhealthy and that he should probably get on TRT or something like that. And he is disagreeing with everyone. I mean, this is delusion. This is, in my opinion, this is delusion. So this is the guy that's calling out Joe Budden as like a loser that doesn't have as big a voice in hip hop. I'm sorry, but this right here is not hip hop. And another thing, Adam, he has no integrity. Joe Budden at least has some integrity with the content he puts out. Adam's interviewing people that he doesn't even know who they are. He has no interest in them at all. I want to show you an example. So this is when he interviewed former wide receiver Deshaun Jackson, and he doesn't even know his name. He calls him Dijon.
What?
No Jumper Sports Index. We're getting a little bit more diverse with it. Deshaun Jackson in the building.
Future Hall of Deshaun Jackson in the building. Future Hall of Famer on the Dead Homies on Rolling 60s Crips. And I'm wondering why Brick Baby didn't. So this is Brick Baby's friend. Brick Baby brought Deshaun Jackson on. So why wouldn't he correct Adam at that point and have some integrity? Why didn't he turn to him and say, no, cuz that's Deshaun Jackson. You need to put some respect on his name on 6-0. Stupid ass white boy. On the Dead Homies, you a bitch, Adam. But he didn't say that, did he? And so, Deshaun Jackson, if you're watching this, I do not respect you. I used to have a lot of respect for you. But now that you appear on No Jumper, I don't respect you at all. I think that you're a scrub. You never won the bowl. You'll never get in the Hall of Fame. And I do not respect you, okay? So just keep that in mind. So I think that at this point, it is well established that Adam16 is nothing more than a common cuck that no one respects, it would seem. And so for him to go after Joe Budden and dismiss Joe Budden as someone who has a voice in hip hop is asinine. I mean, Joe Budden is a former hip hop musician from New York. And so for Adam to go after Joe Budden, just because Joe Budden his mission in life isn't to go viral and forfeit his woman to Jason Love, that's not what he's into. So for this maniacal sexual deviant to be calling people out for the numbers, I mean, Adam's numbers were in the shitter, and then he surrendered his wife to the BBC. And that's the only, do the math. Let's do the math on that, Adam. I bet you won't factor that into the equation. I mean, it doesn't really matter. You're always going to add up to 16 at the end of the day, and that's exactly what you are. You're the 16. Do you understand? At the end of the day, you are nothing more. At this point, you are nothing more than New Hampshire's most famous cuck. And so that's going to do it for this video. I appreciate everyone who's sticking around and watching these. I'm so happy that you guys love these videos so much. The channel is doing very well, and it's thanks to you guys. You guys are commenting, subscribing, liking. I mean, this is all helping us grow. We're on the road to 100K, and so that's the goal. So make sure you're subscribed. Also, go check out the Patreon. There's a lot of good stuff up there. Multiple hours of content. Cancel anytime. Okay? So I will see you guys on the next one.